G'day boys. So you're here to learn how to be a better aimer, better movement player, and overall better game sense. Well, I got you. As you can see, these are my current stats. I MVP about more than 50% of the time, and I have a pretty good overall average as well. I am Punkmaster, and I've only got 69 hours played, so it's a lot less on the lower side compared to a lot of other Punkmaster players, but obviously I have a life. But these tips greatly helped me improve my aim, my game sense, and my movement, and these tips will 100% help you on the rank climb. Also, I do want to say welcome to all the new console players joining us. This is an incredible game, and I hope it lives for a long, long time. Okay, so one of the biggest things that I see newer players do is that they come from Valorant or Counter-Strike or something, so when they go to shoot, they stop moving. But in this game, you do not want to do that. What you want to do is continually move like you're playing Call of Duty, for example, because the recoil is less when you're moving than when you're standing still. Here's a great example. Right, you can see I aim down here. My aim almost goes to the top of the hexagon, right? But now watch as I move. It's significantly less. So when you're engaging with people, don't stand still because one, that makes you easier to hit, and two, you get more recoil, means you're going to have less of a, would say, a more dense recoil pattern. So this is me standing still. Not bad because I got pretty decent aim, but when I'm moving, it's a lot more clean, a lot more dense. So when you are moving, the recoil pattern goes down and becomes more controlled and a lot more easier to handle. Also, when you're moving, it makes you harder to hit because some people are not very good at tracking. So you moving like this will give a better opportunity. It is very loud. Oh my goodness, let me turn that down. So it gives you a better opportunity to win your one-on-ones and potentially even one-on-two, depending if you're going around a corner and there's two enemies holding you. This works for all ranges of guns, not just assault rifle, it works for light machine guns, marksmans, submachine guns, shotguns, etc. When you're moving, it all lowers the recoil pattern. And another thing a lot of people do is they just hit fire only. Hit fire only is not bad in a sense, but ADSing makes you more accurate, especially at longer to medium ranges. When you are close range like here, hip firing is okay, but if you are moving and continually moving, it is a little bit more varied, a bit more RNG, but when you're ADSing, that variness goes away completely. But it's not like a crazy difference when you're close range, but it matters when you are long range. So as you saw there, it's not as dense, and you gotta do the same distance, same guy while ADSing. It's straight to the point, it beams. So when you are in medium range engagements, ADS, because if you are trying to hit fire like you're in Counter-Strike or Valorant, you're just not gonna have a good time. Before moving on though, I do want to talk about jumping and the impact and accuracy it has. So for rifles and LMGs, when you are jumping, you do become a bit inaccurate. It's not like crazy inaccurate like Counter-Strike, for example, but you can still land a couple of shots. Compare this with the SMGs, however, the SMGs are very accurate. I wouldn't say 100% accurate when jumping while compared to just normal running and standing shooting, but they tend to hit a lot more often. Like their accuracy would be, I would say like 90 out of 100% while jumping. Like the deviation is barely even there and it's not even noticeable compared to the LMGs and assault rifles. While sniping, however, jumping completely absolutely wrecks this. That's just a lucky one there. As you can see, you're just taking a shot in the dark, just like you're playing fucking Counter-Strike and you're AWPing and you just go for a jump shot. Like, there's a chance it's gonna hit, but the chance is quite low. I'd say probably like 1 in 10, maybe 1 in 5. I'm gonna go with 1 in 5, but it's better just to shoot normally. Also, while moving, snipers are inaccurate as well, but a little tricky if you, oh, bit late. Trick is if you move and then jump in and scope in, you're like 100% accurate. So I'll show you again. So if you're moving and then you just insta scope in, it's 100% accurate. But when you're no scoping running, it's not accurate. But if you just run and scope in, it's 100% accurate. Like so. Okay, another thing that people really need to utilize, and a lot of people still don't utilize even in the high ranks, is using your nades and your utility correctly. Because pre-nading and nade lineups, you do a shit ton of damage, and I'm going to show you exactly why that you need to pay attention to what you're doing with your util pistols, because some people don't even buy them, which is absurd. On this map, I'm going to get B short info and stop them maybe a fast push, because a lot of people do like to go fast in the first round, similar to like pistol rounds, but in this game there is no pistol rounds, so it's quite different in that term respect. But it feels like every first round, attackers love to go aggressive. I don't know if this is just in my servers, but it seems to be a recurring theme. So I'm going here to blaster short. You get 2 nades in your blaster, so I'm going to go blaster A short. This is just to signify any damage. Right, and then as soon as that pops, I instantly line up to get this little spot here. So this, right, let me go back a little bit. Oh. So I instantly pop this bad boy, see anyone's pushing short. I did overpeak a little bit, but we did have a card to make movement stronger, right? And that's gonna alert me if any players are coming or going to check that angle, because you get damage indicators. And then I instantly swap up here. And as you have blasters, you can see it on the minimap of where it's going to land. So for games like Counter-Strike, you don't have that kind of indicator. So you just have these lineups that you've memorized and learned from. But in this game, you can pick up any lineups anywhere if you find the right spot. Because when it comes into your minimap, you have a little white dot of where your blaster or nade's going to land. And you can use that to basically shoot anywhere on the map as long as it reaches the distance. So for me, I found this quite useful. I nade pretty short, get the info that no one's peeking there, and then I can line a nade immediately up that lands down here. This is a good spot because it stops people from nade spamming up to A short for pushes, as well as people setting up traps for behind. So this also gives you info and early nade damage, which early damage can quite equate to a win if done correctly. As you can see, put it down, and then I got no damage indicator, so I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go help mid then. And in one of these rounds, you see that I actually do get a kill. Okay, you see in this round, I do the exact same thing I did before, but we have an unfortunate sailor on the receiving end. And this is what I mean, that your nade placements can have a huge impact early round that a lot of people do not utilize. I line up in the minimap, and this guy's going to look for behind. Ready? He's looking for the flank. Boom. Look at that damage. And then I go, oh, I hit someone, I nade again, and he's dead. And my teammate blocks me in. High yellow lobbies. This not only works on defense side, but it also works on attacking side as well. You can do this on both sides to also get early info and early nade damage. As you can see here, I'm in the same spot as I was for when I shot on attacking to get any B aggression damage. And poor Pathogen gets absolutely destroyed by it. I do a further nade just in case they're trying to push up, but she does fall back and go to heal, which is the best choice for her. Not only do nades can get early info as well as early nade damage, they can also stop teams from rushing through choke points. This is editing, never forget here. I just want to add that you can drop your blasters and Molotov smokes and flashes and double up, triple up, or quadruple up on your like pre-phase buy round. So in this case, I drop a Molotov, I drop a nade and I use a Molotov. So I use a Molotov grenade and then I pick up my nade blaster to blast mid after that to get the extra damage and info. So this can be used basically all the time, and I often using 2 or 3 every single defense round to hold chokes or do early round damage. Always request your grenades when you start to run out near the last defense rounds, because I guarantee most of your teammates will have lots of spares, because hardly any people do this, and it's just an absolute waste not to use this method. And here's the other example of holding the teams off. In mid here, I Molotov and I nade. It's like a double combination. And if they do smoke top mid, you do get that damage indicator of them pushing mid. And this is me just another showcasing me pushing aggressively with my intel abilities. It also scans people at the bottom of A sewers down here with that sonar beam, so that helps my teammates that are fighting here as well. Also, cheeky little kill from the lurk, get rinsed. You need to use your abilities. Using your abilities is probably one of the biggest keys to winning the game, because I see a lot of people underutilizing their util. For example, I'm a sonar main and I love getting early info. I'm going to show you one of the strats that I use on this map to show you how easy it is to get that early info and early map control. So this is going to be an early info play on A shot, which I love to do with sonar, as her sonar does pulses into the vent, and then I run up towards mids to fight for control. A bit of whiffing by both parties, but I come out on top, which is good. So the point of this is that I'm using my sonar radius, which gets all of the vent here. Oh, you can't see because I'm dumb as hell. It gets all the vent here. So I put my sonar out, which pings anyone trying to push the vent. If there is someone in vent, they have to push it very, very slowly, which gives me great timings to go towards stairs and potentially poke mid, and fight with my team here, which can be an absolutely disgusting crossfire if done correctly. Also, getting that early info that no one is vents, that means the A split's probably not going to happen, or there might not be anyone A main and they're pushing towards B and mid. Okay, now onto some movement tips. If you don't know, you can charge up your weapon to do a dash, and this allows you to get onto higher places where you can't actually dash up onto, like so. This allows you to get into a lot of advantageous situations and areas that people won't be expecting you. So like that, I can jump up on there, but originally I wouldn't be able to. You can only do this by jump charging. There is a slight discrepancy between the axe and the normal knife. The striker can actually have a bigger attack range splash, but it does not, the distance is the same. So some people say the axe has a larger distance, it does not. Okay, they're both the exact same. One just does more damage like AoE, so when you have someone, you kind of have a little bit extra deviation of when you're hitting their player model. There is also a jumping peak tech, similar to Valorant jumping peaks, when you just jump around the corner like this in Valorant to peek if someone's open. You can do that with a knife as well, just by going like this, by just dashing back while you jump peek. And on the enemy screen, it's very hard to react and hit to, and you get that kind of info from the top of your minimap, because when you do see enemies, even if it's like for a millisecond, they do pop up on the map. So this happens quite a lot. You may not see them with your own eyes because obviously the transition here is so quick, but you will see them on the map. So if he's holding up mid statue here, you will see that on your minimap, and then you can give comms and maybe pre-nade or whatnot to counter that player there. This is also another nice, really good pre-nade spot while I'm on this map, is that when you do spawn here, you just run and nade down here, and then fly up with this one here. And this stops anyone from actually coming into mid here and trying to fight it. It does a lot of damage, and over time they just kind of play a bit more passive towards mid, which allows you to push up and be a little bit more aggressive into A short, and maybe if you're feeling lucky, just go for a quick peek and then run away. So as stated before, that your abilities do win games. Here's just another example of it, as Nitro here has amazing boosts on attacking and defense sided. This is a great one just for holding the bomb once you get it down, as well as even entering site, because some people love to peek this angle here, and usually you plant the bomb around here. So you can just sit up in here. You can also nade spam. Like, it's a very good position. Obviously you can get headied, but if you have the right cards and take less damage, or the invul heady, you won't be able to get shot off this target. So make sure you look around and improve your abilities, because at the end of the day, a right ability might win you that round, that will win you the game. So I hope you enjoyed these tips and tricks and my insights to the game to further better your ability. I will be making a guide on how to play Sona and some other characters that I currently main, because at the end of the day, having this kind of knowledge really does help and improve your ability to play this game. And I've just had to learn this the hard way, essentially, because I've just been brute forcing trial and error through my ranked experience. But I'm here just to give you my experience, give you my tips, give you my helpful advice, and hopefully you can improve your own game. Anyway, boys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.